We are doing a small update on Blake Lively. I'm going to try to get on later with Leanne Newton and talk about um, the judgment or the opinion that just come out. I was on the court call yesterday, and you could not hear anything. Um, but it turns out that Blake Lively only has three claims to prove. And when I say prove, it means Blake Lively has to prove that there was a smear campaign in regards to retaliation. Now, I'm wondering if we will be able to use all of the smear texts and emails that we've seen from Blake, if that will be used against her. And it's kind of funny if you think about it, because Blake Lively is the one that started all this. And she was riding high for a minute. And here comes the truth. And she thought she could fight it. She thought she could hide it. But it turns out she couldn't outrun it. And Justin Baldoni and Wayfair, Tag, all of them were playing the long game. And it seemed like getting dragged through the mud was their way of life throughout this whole court case. However, they stayed the path, even though they knew it was going to be hard and difficult. And I think this has shown that they were pretty successful, because what are people going to think now? Okay, Blake Lively, you made all of these accusations, but your court case was torn apart. Is it going to turn into an Amber Heard, Johnny Depp type of trial where it's a narcissistic person versus someone who is been damaged personally? Is it going to turn into one of those? Is it going to turn into a media circus? Are we going to see more, possibly from Blake Lively or Taylor Swift? Like, now this opens up, if we're going to trial, this opens up a whole new can of worms, because it doesn't really matter how many people were deposed. Now it's who's going to testify, because even though Ben Affleck was never deposed, he can still testify. Even if Brandon Sklar wasn't deposed, he can still be called to testify. So now it's going to be like, okay, who's on this red carpet? Who is on the court's red carpet now? We've seen Ben Affleck, we've seen Matt Damon, Lucy Damon, Taylor Swift, Brandon Sklar. We've all seen them. But now we get to possibly see them in court, and we get to see how they respond. How is Brandon Sklar gonna respond on the stand when he says, do you believe there was a smear campaign? What is he gonna say? No, Blake Lively told me this, and that, but I've never heard anything personally from anybody, and I just went off of her word. Because that is what she has. She has, I heard from Blake about this. There was never, oh, I've seen it, and this is what I saw, and this, I think, is retaliation. No, it's Blake told me this. Blake said this. Blake said that. So it's Blake's story. So where's the other side to balance that out, Blake? Like, you're not going to have another side, and you don't have the truth on your side, and you're going to be highly scrutinized after this. Like, I don't think that the jury is definitely not going to like you. Um, and I don't think anybody liked Blake in the beginning anyways. She was never that popular. She was only popular in the social media world where it was all a facade. It was all bots. She's bot popular. That is what Blake is bot popular. Maybe even Taylor Swift. In my opinion, just going to make that clear. And what happens if that's pierced? The bot popularity. Because the bot popularity plays heavily in Blake Lively's businesses. Because she likes to say how big she is on social media. Well, she's big on social media because she bought the bots that support her brands. And if the animal bots are supporting her brands on social media and no one knows what bots look like, of course, any company that hooks up with her is going to be like, ooh, you're so popular. But only on social media, because if she was popular on social media, it would have translated to sales on Amazon and on all of her other products, and it hasn't. And that's a point that I really hope her business partners take a look at. Was it misleading? Because I kind of think it's misleading. If you only have like 10 million followers, but you have 42.1 million bots, and you're going into a marketing agreement or a business agreement based off of your social media popularity, are you really that popular in real life? And is that misleading? And can that come back to bite you? That's what I'm kind of hoping to see. And I think that is what Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds want to defend against. Because it's not true. She's not popular. Neither one of them are truly, well, Ryan Reynolds, because he played in Deadpool. Blake Lively, no. So it's going to be up to a jury to see if there's retaliation. And man, someone pull out that 17-point agreement and that PGA letter, because those are the only two things that I need to judge if there's retaliation. Because this whole circus of Blake Lively, I'm kind of ready to see it end. Trish says, hey Trish, from my eyes, everything she does is misleading, even more so now. I agree. And for the record, this new publicity of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds overseas, it was part of her Betty Boo's marketing plan. And we saw that. We saw that Betty Boo's has a contract or a marketing agreement with Wrexham, the football league in the UK. So that's why we're seeing her face with Ryan Reynolds. And when I say football, I mean American soccer. Um, Over there being all, ooh, we're married. We're not getting a divorce. We're so together. Because she had to. She had to get that publicity. So, yeah, it's been all a PR trip as far as the UK goes. So, I don't know. I guess the question is, what are we going to see next on the PR train? Because this is kind of looking kind of bad for our favorite girly. I'm just going to check into the chat. Is that Rashid? Hi, Rashid. Um, so it should be interesting. Hopefully, I will probably postpone my interview with the survivor of a teen disciplinary school to next week, just because Blake Lively likes to ruin my charity dreams. So we'll do that next week. Like I said, all super chats, gifts, those will be donated to Healing Hearts Ranch LLC. And I will match up to $100. My hope is to get 1 month of equine therapy for a child of trauma. That is my hope. But in order to do that, Blake Lively can't be in the social media headlines, and she's taking up all of it. So we'll just have to postpone to next week. I will be doing it with Cassidy O'Connell. So That should be fun. She won't be streaming to her channel. She will be on my channel. So keep a lookout for that link. Only because, she knows that we're raising money for Healing Hearts Ranch. Please put me in there. Did you want to be mod? I could make you, I do need a moderator for that. So if anybody wants to mod, because we'll be doing a live and we'll be doing a Q&A, anybody can ask questions. We're leaving it up to her whether she feels comfortable enough to answer the questions, but she is very open and honest. She knows that donations will be going to Healing Hearts Ranch. So this is kind of therapeutic for her. So yeah, I see you. I'll connect to you. Is it Rashid? If you want to email me at Emmy hoc1@gmail.com. That email is EMMYHOC, the number 1 @gmail.com, and we'll talk. But in the meantime, I have 7 patients I have to see today. It'll be a long day, but it's going to be a beautiful day. I did get really good news. So I don't know if you really want to hear all of that drama, but it looks like my home will not be foreclosed on, and I found a path out. So thank you, VA. Thank you to the Home VA Loan Program and whoever's in charge of that. I really do appreciate it. So I will probably be a recipient of a 40-year loan. Am I complaining about it? No, because I'm hoping the interest rates will be less than what I'm paying now. Do I have Snapchat? No, I do not have Snapchat. So yeah, if you want to know more about that program, I can talk about it in another live. So, yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's been 6 months, 7 months of not paying my mortgage. Because I was out of work for so long, I got a forbearance, but when I finished my forbearance, they wanted, like, I don't know, at the time, they wanted like $42,000, and I definitely didn't have like $42,000 with me, on me, or anything. I couldn't ask family members. The bank asked me to ask family members to borrow $42,000. Couldn't do that, so I got a loan remodification program through the VA, and yes, Rashid, I'll make you a mod. I'll make you a mod. Um, and so there are some changes to the VA loan remodification program. So new guidelines come out, and so yeah, so I get to be, I guess I'm the first to get a 40-year loan. I mean, I don't think it's available to civilians, but it should be quite interesting. And yes, that the bank is winning in this one with that interest. Not now. For the next live that we do for Emmy, Life with Emmy, we will make you mod for the Q&A so it doesn't get crazy with inappropriate questions to the survivor. I'm gonna get off here. I gotta skedaddle, but I love you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. I should be on later tonight. Tomorrow, I may be on. I do have a date. Maybe I'll be on with my date and we can all like grill him. Well, that'd be horrible. That'd be a horrible date idea. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.